Hello guys, and in this video I'm just going to show you how to create a first-person character controller that you move around with but not jump with. They're going to be 3 parts, and I'm just going to go through these as quickly as I can. So we're just going to create a new project. Then we're going to press on game object, then press on 3D object, then press on terrain. And we will get this white plane terrain. So what we need to do is go to we're going to select the main camera and just drag it into the terrain like that, and then I'm going to press on game object, create empty, and then I'm going to drag the empty to the terrain too. Like that, and I'm going to rename it to player. Then I'm going to select the player and press on component, physics, then character controller. And then I'm just going to go and select the main camera. I'm going to grab it and then drop it in the player section. And then I'm going to go and press on the main camera and change the position to 0, 0, and 0. So now if I press on the player, you will see that our camera is inside our first person controller. So we need to make so that the camera is at eyesight. So what we need to do is select the camera and just drag it up a little bit, and that looks very good. So if I press the main camera, we can see the camera preview down here, and that looks pretty nice. So now let's create a script. So we're gonna go down to assets, then create a folder named scripts. Whoops, I spelled it wrong. We will just ignore that. Well, then inside the folder, create and C hashtag script, and then I'm going to name it FPS. Then I'm going to double click on it, and we will come up to this. So there's already some code in the editor. So what we need to do now is go to public class FPS money behavior, press at the right of the curly brackets, and then press on enter. And then we will give some space. We will get some space here, and what we need to do is create some comments and then create some code. And as you see, I have written down some code now. So this is the comments, just to remind me and have some structure in my editor. So this is our movement speed, public float movement speed, and this is our mouse sensitivity. Public float mouse sensitivity, and how long our neck can look up and down. So the up and down range. So float vertical rotation, public float up down range. So if we don't have this code, basically our character can just spin around with its head. So if we hover the mouse cursor up or down, our character will just keep on looking down, and then he will turn around, and that's just strange. So let me zoom in and let me highlight the text so that you can see, and copy this. So this is our movement speed, and let me explain what public means. So public means that you can, so this is basically the speed, our movement speed right now, but if we have public, we can change the movement speed in the inspector. Well, yeah, now when we are done with this, go to void start and type in screen dot lock cursor equalizes true, and then semicolon at the end. So you need to be sure with this capital letters. So that's very important, because otherwise the code will be wrong. So when you have done this, go to void update and then press in the middle, create some space, and we're going to type in some code in here. So this is the code that I typed in: float rotation or rot left right input dot get axis mouse x times mouse sensitivity. Transform, rotate 0, left, right 0. So if I highlight the text and take a look at this, if I zoom in, you can see the code. And I'm also going to create a comment to do this. So this is the rotation for left and right. And now what we're going to do is we're going to create the rotation for up and down. So the highlighted text is what I basically typed in. So vertical rotation minus equalizes input that get axis mouse Y times mouse sensitivity. And at the last line, vertical rotation equalizes math f dot clamp vertical rotation up down range minus 10, and then up down range, and it's plus 10. So write that down, and we're soon done with our code. Let me just finish the last lines. So we're also going to type in camera.main.transform.local rotation equalizes Cartesian Euler vertical rotation 0, 0. And if I zoom out and if I highlight the text, this is what I basically typed in. So if you want to copy this down, or write it down, make sure to pause the video. And now let's write the last lines of code then. So all the highlighted text is what I basically typed in. So this is our movement then, movement. And if I zoom in, you can pause the video and take a look at it. So float, forward speed, blah blah blah. Pause the video and look at it. So now let's create the last line. So the last line is basically success.simpleMove braces speed. So if I hit save on this, and if I go to the Unity, if I go to the Unity program and press on the play button, nothing will happen. But if I just go to the script folder and then drag in our script in the player section, this will now work. So if you hit the play button, we'll basically fall to the ground, and we move around with the WASD keys, and we can't jump yet. We can turn around, we can look up and down without no problem. So this, we are making progress, guys. But yeah, if you want to make the character jump, be sure to subscribe, and I will make another video. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, leave a comment, like, or subscribe. But anyways, thanks.